What is Energy-Plazma? What is Energy-Plazma? Let's start with the basics. The information exists in the form of heterogeneous discrete configurations. When a collective impulse started resonation interactions between these configurations, the two kinds of states have appeared. The resonation states have been the most covalently compatible states between each other, and the dissonantial states representing energy needed to override this dissonance in order to restore everything back to the resonation state. Energy was formed inside of information. Energy plasma is the dissonantial moment of something with respect to something else. It includes both dissonation state, which is energy, and plasma, which is information itself. Plasma is that part of information which is already in resonation state. And with respect to that resonation state of information, energy constitutes the dissonation part of information. That is why energy is something that returns forms of the surrounding world to the resonation state. In general, energy was formed and actually is needed for this purpose. Energy is the potential, the mechanism of continuous balancing of information inside itself. A gyroliftimny impulse is considered as a restoration mechanism from dissonation to resonation state of information. And energy plasma itself created dissonational distances during a gyroliftimny impulse activity, because different energy potentials were generated between different focuses to bring them back to the resonation between each other's state. Keep in mind that there is an infinite quantity of such focuses, and enormous dissonation states must be overcome to bring everything back in balance. These dissonation degrees between focuses resulted in formation of such effects as time and space. Where were they formed? They were formed in self-consciousness. That is because energy plasma created forms, that is, it created some kind of confrontation. As soon as the resonance of one part of information and dissonance of another part were formed, consciousness, self-consciousness was created. That is, I am something different from something else. Another part of information started to realize itself as I am something different from something else. This is self-consciousness. As soon as self-consciousness was formed, energy plasma gave to this self-consciousness possibilities to model forms in order to define that I'm not that something, and why I'm not that something, and from the other side, why am I not this something? This can be brought into interaction only through the settling of all existing contradictions, meaning through the settling of all dissonation focuses. It means by bringing all of them to resonation state. As soon as the resonance is achieved, focus disappears. It disappears in the given manifestation point, it's being annihilated. Though annihilation doesn't mean that it's being destroyed, it stayed as it was, on its own level. But you were manifested, your configuration, your perception system, your self-consciousness was manifested in that point, where this focus is already absent. That is all. In general, it stays in the system. It stays in information, in self-consciousness, but you have skipped over it. By this, you're continuously annihilating focuses, by annihilating dissonances relatively to yourself and the environment. And this is possible to accomplish only on the base of the deepest comprehension. That is, you should have reliable information, and then you'll be able to comprehend something and to settle it inside yourself, to get it in a balanced condition. The synthesis is possible only in the case when you understand why some process is happening. Why someone doesn't love you? Who will answer? Which religion will answer this question? Which science? Who will give an answer on the question? Why someone doesn't love you? Iissiidiology will. Study it thoroughly, and you'll understand that they don't love you because you don't correspond to this environment, because you are opposed yourself to the surrounding world. You oppose your destination to the general resonation of the surrounding world. And that person whom you want to be loving you is in this surrounding world. So, everything could be sorted out. Now, the world lacks reliable information, meaning a knowledge about how everything is actually going on, where everything originates from, in which way, and why everything should combine to be presented in the surrounding world by more and more qualitative forms, more qualitative choices, more qualitative focus dynamics. Because there is a division of information on self-consciousness, meaning the division on identification of oneself with regards to something else, identification of dissonation part with regards to resonation part. Such effects as time and space were formed, energy-plasma was formed, self-consciousness forms were formed, and information through these self-consciousness forms inertially in Duvalier way, that means consecutively, balances itself. It means that everything dissonant should become resonant. Everything should be completely harmonized. It's very difficult to comprehend at once. You should scrutinize thoroughly on every detail.